Hello, 2023. What a year this will be. What a year this will be. And we're kicking off the calendar year at the same time that we're in like the home stretch for our fiscal year. So our fiscal year end closes February 28th. We inherited that date when we did the reverse merger into AITX's predecessor company. So it cost us about $100,000 to change the date, and it would really just be for convenience. It's not worth the money, but that's the story on why we've got the date and what it would take to change it. So we're sticking with February 28th. We have about 2 months, 2 short months left to get a ton of devices out, deployed, and on the books financially. So we'll see, of course, how that goes. Talking about that, expect to see a Q. Expect to see the Q3Q sometime this month. Won't be at the end of the month, I'm sure. It's basically already done. I've got to look it over. So I would expect in the next 2 weeks, you'll get it, you'll see it. So keep your eyes open for that. As always, I'll prepare with our accountants some highlights that I want to bring attention to. And I think we're going to do some more work on the business description as well. See if we throw some nuggets in there. So I'd like to do that. Okay, so that is the Q, and those are the years. Let's roll back to right now and just do a quick acknowledgement that in December, the team took ink for 42 units. Now, listen, I want 50 to 60 units a month. Okay, so December, 42, me wanting 50 to 60, there's a gap there. But the thing about it is December is historically not a great sales month. So I got to be very happy with the 42. I'm taking it. I hope everybody is happy too. I think the market reacted well. A lot of positive comments, a lot of excitement, as there should be. So that was fun. Still up in the air whether or not we're going to do weekly sales press releases, monthly. I just don't know yet. We'll kind of play it by ear. I lean back and forth between wanting to communicate and also, wanting to do the roll-ups because they have bigger impact. I don't know. There's good reasons on both sides of that question. Okay, so December 42, we want to be over 50 for next fiscal year for sure is where we want to be. And the good news is, there's good news always, right? This is RAD. This is AITX. I love sharing the good news. Is the product mix is changing into higher cost items. So we all know the math. It takes maybe 9 to 10 Rosa sales to equal 1 Romeo. Well, obviously it takes a couple of Rosas to equal one Rio and so forth. So we're moving that revenue per product average up, especially through the course of next fiscal year, because we're going to have availability of Rios and Romeos and Rad Dogs. It won't just be the Rosa show and the Ava sideshow. It'll be a healthier mix of higher revenue producing products, which should drive great financials. That is a point that I really want to stress. And if there's something that you're going to take out of this weekly video, take out that point. Take out that next year product mix should have higher average revenues, which should drive better financials, increasingly improving financials. Okay, now talking about increasingly improving financials, we have to be careful with our money, of course. And there's a big show coming up. It's ISC West. Those who have been in the community and in our orbit for the last couple of years have seen our progression of booths through ISC West, which is the biggest security show in North America. This coming year, end of March 2023, ISC West, we will have our biggest booth ever, which is going to be 20 feet by 30 feet. And really credit to Doug, our Chief Marketing Officer, for selecting a booth that should be very inexpensive to put together. Usually large, elaborate booths require union labor, and it's exceedingly expensive. So I think we've got a really nice booth. Check it out. Here's some angles of the booth. That's going to be inexpensive to build inexpensive to buy, and flexible for us for at least 2023. So very, very, very happy with that. It's going to be very exciting. There are going to be surprises at the show, as always. There will be some surprises at the show, but you guys know we'll be keeping you up to date along the way. So that's what's happening. That's a big event that we're driving towards right now because it's going to be upon us really quickly. Now, one of the things that I talked about towards the end of last year was the creation and distribution of more content with the goal of reaching more fans and followers, building our fans and followers base, and strengthening the content that customers can bite into to help them make the decisions to go with something new, which is RAD. We're a new paradigm. I think that the video that we put out last Monday went really, really well. Well over 50,000 views from the Twitter post. I mean, that's a real number. That's a real number. Got to be really happy about that. We've got eyes on us. We've got eyes on us. Our December 7th event, right? Hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes long. The last time I checked, we're sitting at over 5,000 views. That's a big number. These are big numbers. So I share that with you. I share that with the community to show that, even in times of OTC cycle, everything cycles. OTC goes up, it goes down. I would say last year for sure, I would kind of classify generally as a bit of a down year for the OTC. This year, so far, I'm seeing more volume in general in terms of dollars spent on emerging companies like us. So I think that's very positive. And getting this content out and getting it amplified by you, by the community, helps us. So please continue to share your excitement and your happiness with the company. It helps. Why would anybody say something bad about an investment they have? Never made sense to me to ever do that. So we're sitting at over 5,000 views on that event, and I'm happy with it. It's a good number for where we're at, who we are, the market that we're in. But know that my sights are set on 50,000, 500,000, 5 million views is where we want to be. You guys know us. We hit a threshold, immediately we set the next challenge. So we're working towards that anyway. Over 50,000 views on the Rad Dog video. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. And the open house was fun. It was fun. We had maybe 50, 60 retail investors there, which were great to see. I'm still so happy to have met so many of you. I think we had another 40 or 50 or so, industry folks as well, which is always great to see everybody. But it's a lot of work. The next open house will probably not be at the Rex. It's too disruptive to Rex activities. We're a factory. We got to build stuff. And they're under a lot of pressure. They got a lot of stuff to build. We have still a very complicated supply chain. China is reopening, and subsequent COVID spreading has done nobody any benefit, as far as productivity and supply chains go. So we work through that as best we can. And it's pretty exciting because we've got R 3.2 coming. And Doug, I want you to roll a little bit of video from Ross doing firearm detection. So check this out. This is the new world that we're going to. You're seeing firearm detection and badge reading detection classification. Just a couple of the analytics that we're experimenting with. And I don't want to share too much because I know that wannabe competitors watch these videos and watch what we do. But, to the fans and followers and people that I want to know stuff, read into this, what you see, and think about all the places that we're thinking of taking this technology. So excited to get that upgraded platform out the door. Hopefully first quarter this year. It could slip a little bit. We shall see. Folks, the last bit of information that I want to share with you is kind of like a confidence piece in terms of the confidence you should have in our executive team. We have grown, we have learned, we have bonded, and we perform. And just from my seat, and your seats, sitting back and saying, wow, ops teams are doing great, build teams are doing great, R&T teams are doing great, perception teams, all our teams have solid leadership, solid performance, and we're getting more efficient every day. So I'm very, very happy with it. Everybody, I hope you're having a great weekend. It was a great finish to the first week of the year. We're going to finish this month strong. Keep your eyes open for the queue. Send comments. Amplify our messaging. Thank you very much.